Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 30 of the Microwave Podcast in the Jose Broadcast Network. I am your host, Jose, also known as Microwave, also known as Jose Broadcast Network, and then, of course, many other names. People might know me as welcome to episode 30. How have you guys been? I know it's been a while. Last time I posted was, I think, chance prediction when I predicted chance. Well, chance prediction went A-OK, and I'm sad to say that I don't have the Google Doc anymore. I have no idea what happened with it. But I think the last time I checked, I ended with a perfect record, of a winning record of 174 and 59. So not a bad record. I'm shocked about the result from last year. I'm also shocked about this year. So for this podcast, we're talking about the whole bunch of CDO, what happened, our CDO stuff, and also we will be talking about the predictions because CDO starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. PST, 2 p.m. EST or 3 p.m. EST or 3 p.m. EST, 12 p.m. PC. I don't know, something around that time. So, let me share my screen and then, but yeah, before we start with schedule, let's talk about teams. For one, a lot. Let's talk about teams. A lot has happened since we last met. Whole bunch of the teams. I feel like I can tell the difference. There were a whole bunch of team names. By the way, there are a couple of rebounds. You're looking at one of them. Face Vegas. The Atlanta Face are no more. They rebounded to Face Vegas. And we'll talk about their rosters now. First thing first, for the Boston Breach, their roster is Cameo, Awakening, Purge. Snoopy, their only pickup is Cammy for dropping it for who they dropped. They drop one of their players. And, or no, they might have stayed the same. They might have stayed the same. I might get confused. Our second roster is the Carolina Royal Ravens, where they're missing one player on here, which wow, this website is old. They do not have Gwen no more. They do not have TJ. Sasha's still there. Let me see if I can break on X to see if somebody have with Breaking Point. Let me go on Breaking Point. Cool on Breaking Point. Shout out Breaking Point. Breaking Point has a whole bunch of CDL teams and players. There we go. All right, so once again, we'll go straight to Boston. The Boston Breach, they have Cammy, Nasty, Purge, Snoopy. So yeah, my bad. Um, the CDO website has their old teams at their BO6 team. It's the BO6 team. Their new roster is Cammy, Purge, Snoopy. They drop Awakening, pick up Nasty. I feel like that's a big pickup, especially on Nasty playing on Vancouver Surge. You guys saw throughout the BO6 season, and yeah, we're gonna see how they go. Hopefully, they do good. We'll see how they go. God, we know how good they were last year, especially with their performance at champs. With champs, they finished top three, and of course, doing of course one of the biggest upsets to 100 Thieves or LA Thieves. Our second team is the Carolina Royal Ravens with Craze, Lurk, Nero, Sasher. As you can see, this entire roster is huge. Craze is from Omen Brooklyn. They were a challenger team. Lurks is, I think, Lurks coming from Halo due to there's a big situation where Halo is shutting down, or not Halo shutting down, but the esports is being a giant question mark. Nero was on a different team, now he came here, and Sasha, well, Sasha's still here. So in reality, I think Carolina Ravens are going to struggle, especially with two players not really used to the league. So I feel like they're in a situation where we might see them like struggle for a bit, but I feel like they might get like, maybe a top 8 performance, but I don't think they'll do too good. Which one? I know I might be pissing off some Raven fans. I'm sorry, but hey, I don't think it's doing good this year. All right. C9 New York. C9 New York is Afro Beans, Mac Vivid. Um, Mac stays Vivid to pick up the Ravens, or from Challengers slash Ravens. Beans coming from Toronto Ultra. Afro, not from LAT. Afro is coming from, I think, Challengers, when he was non CEO last year along BO6, so he's coming in from Challengers. As they're wearing, the Afro wearing his old jersey from when he was on Thieves back during the time of NW3. But yeah, C9, I expect them to be top 8 placement. I think top 8, top 10 placement. Maybe the highest we'll give them is 7th. The lowest, possibly 11 ish. Alright, then our next team is to face Vegas, which. Oh, Coach Crowder on there, what the freak. So their pickups are Abuza and 04 from Vancouver Surge, and losing a Beezy and Selim. I'll show you where Beezy went, I'll show you where Selim went. And of course, one of the biggest things was the rebound. Vegas phase left Vegas for Atlanta phase left Atlanta for phase or Atlanta for Vegas. My bad on that. Sheesh. Bam. Not a bad roster. Top four for sure. Top three, top four around that area. 04 and Blues are very good pickups. And this is the first time that we've seen Tiny Terrors, Simp, and Abeezy away from each other. Which one? We will see Simp and Abeezy in their game one matchups. That's the spoiler to what's happening up ahead. Next, G2 Minnesota, Minnesota Rockers no more. They're known as G2 Minnesota. Ezreal stays on team. Cram can pick up at C9. Mamba from Owen Brooklyn, he can pick up. This guy is from Texas as Falcons, I think, but I think Texas more normally or Generation. Um, that's where that happened. So not a bad roster. I'll say ninth or I'll say bottom of the tier list for me. Our next team we have is the LA Thieves, where we have Hydra Kenny. I have no idea what Octane on there. Scrap and Abeezy. Octane's retired, so I don't have no idea why he's down there. Now I understand the joke that was made on top. Okay. Um, Scrap and Hydra are the two stays. No more Ghosty or Envoy. We'll see them later on where they went. Kenny, welcome back, Kenny from the Thieves. Kenny was on Optics as Rocker at BO60, where he was doing so good and stuff like that. And then a come from Phase and only be on a phase with of course Simp. So that's why I'm saying, hey, we're gonna see a Simp versus BZ showdown because our game two of Friday, Simp is not Atlanta phase, my bad. It's Vegas phase against your LA Thieves. Um, I'd say top three for me. I think phase, Thieves, and Texas are three teams that will be top three. Yeah. Alright. Next is Miami. Miami, their only pickup, well, that drop is I'm trying to see who. Oh, is Metal Super Regner. Why am I blanking? I forgot. Wait, the only pickup it tracks for Rio. That was Rio one. He's on. Okay, yeah. It tracks. I have not seen him play. Due to there was an offseason event, but when we didn't see him play due to he's still getting his visa from Argentina. But when he should be up in Miami soon, when the match starts tomorrow. But I don't think Miami plays tomorrow. I think they play to the weekend against the Toronto team. But when we talk about the Toronto team later, Miami, it's hard to tell when they are. I'll put them in middle tier, possibly high tier. So I'll take top six. Optic Texas, no freaking changes. They are your back-to-back champs. Um, I really don't think nobody will be stopping them. I think this is our new super team. And people went thought that they were super team. I think this is a super team in the makings. Come on, especially with Merck. He's yeah. So I have no words. Man, I think Texas for sure top two, top three, top one. I really don't think nobody stopping them. Go on, they have won almost every single offseason event except for one of them, which they lost to our next team, the Paris Gentlemen. For the first time, they would not be, well, for second time in the CWC, they would not be in the LA rivalry. For people wanting the last time, what? Oh, no, never mind. No, they'll be the first time that they know LA rivalry. And that'll be the second time. So I'm like, wait, Optic Gaming? But I'm like, wait, there are no Optic Gaming Los Angeles back at Modern Warfare season, but Paris Genomates are reborn. The LA Genomates no more. They rebranded to Paris Genomates, and their roster is Onboard Ghosty coming from LA Thieves, Neptune coming from Vancouver Surge, Sip coming from, of course, C9. Ghosty and Neptune playing with each other. I'm surprised these two are playing with each other, especially if people saw EWC, didn't see EWC. There was the big controversy with Snake, of course, a whole bunch of GB were broken when Ghosty and Neptune were playing against each other in the Thieves series. But they're somehow made it up and now playing against each other and representing the team of Paris. This Paris squad is no joke. Won't be an unexpected. I think this Paris squad will be a dark horse because they won the Flank Invitational, and then when they went to the one of the offseason events, the Monster Invitational happened before the Flank Invitational, or not the Flank Invitational, the Quezon Invitational. They won the Quezon Invitational, beating Optic Texas. They're the only team if they can counter with them, and they went to Game 7. Was it Game 7? I think it was a Game 7 with Miami Conference or with Texas was either Game 7 or Game 9. What Call of Duty is weird with their series. Sometimes do BO5, sometimes BO7, sometimes BO9. I have no idea. But yeah, so that roster, Dark Horse for Dean, Randy. Final three squads are Real Falcons. They keep Eknet, they keep Pred, they add Kismet from the Genomates, and they add Stadium for FaZe. Did I ever see Stadium going to? For people wondering, there was a big rumor that Paris or the Stadium was heading to LA instead of was heading to Thebes instead of heading here, and some other news. But Falcons with Stadium, Eknet, Kismet, Pred. That's not about roster. I just want to see how they go. I feel like now since they have more experience, Exodus is surrounded by more people that he's more comfortable with, or not more comfortable with, but more has experience. I feel like they can be able to push it. And we see they have a very tough opening match. The first game tomorrow, if I bring up the schedule, is Ops Texas versus Real Falcons. Oh, the face Vegas, the face these games, the last one. All right, and our last two teams, Toronto Koi. Toronto Koi is cleaning inside Josie Real. Only drop is Beans for Real. Um, Not a bad squad. I say top five ish, right behind it, or top four ish, maybe behind. I'm trying to decide where everybody one is way to tell. I think once we get done with our first couple of weeks. Oh, I should have been the CEO because that's a good thing to do. But yeah, so that's where everyone put in. Sorry, but I'm losing my voice. And final team is Vancouver Surge. Vancouver Surge. All four drop. All four players are drop. Four new players in. Eight from Academy. Legion from Halo. Lunar from the Gentleman Squad was not doing good last year. And Gwen, of course, from Carolina. I no joke feel like this team's gonna struggle a lot. A lot. Like I feel like this team will be like a bottom 12 teams, but I think top 12 will be the highest claim. Like, yeah, I have no idea where to put the teams. But yeah, now I'm going to talk about the CDL schedules, and that got updated a lot. So before I do my picks, we're going to talk about schedule. So I'm going to go to about. Is it about? Oh, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the 2026 CDL format ish. Yeah. So, all top team in the Call of Duty League will compete in four double elimination major. Will compete in a four. What? All 12 teams in the Call of Duty League will compete in four double eliminations, Major 1 and Major 4. Oh, okay, that's way too confusing. All right. Okay, yeah, that's way too confusing. I'm not gonna read. Team seeding in Major will be determined by head-to-head group play matches across it. So all right. No man, it's not even talking about the. I thought they were talking about the full format. That's not the full format. I want the format. Let me see if I can bring up the format. Call of Duty League 2026 format. Well, if not, I'll just. Okay, perfect. Here's 2026. Let's read the article. The Call of Duty League is back and it's going to be bigger than ever. Get ready for the most competitive and electric season in CDL history. The action kicked off on Friday, December 5th, when the world best Call of Duty team takes the stage at the Call of Duty Backup 7. It is an all new backup experience taking players to 2035 with distinct style and tone all its own. Last season, Austin Texas went back to back at the CDL champs, but this season, new team brand, roster shakeup, and fresh competition formats promise a whole new level of intensity. This year, the CDL welcomes four new team identities: FaZe Vegas, Real Falcons, G2 Minnesota, and Toronto Koi. The CDL continues to be dynamic and involved, reflecting the passion that fuels our community. The league is also more accessible than ever, with matches to be streamed live on YouTube and Twitch and feature across watch parties worldwide. Packing up to look for to a packed calendar of events as the CDL travels to new cities around the globe and introduce an innovative tournament format. Here, look what's ahead in 2026. Major will be in Dallas, Texas, hosted by Optech. The CDL return to the home of the reigning championship to kick off the season. Expect big crowd, loud chant, and 10 matchups. Every team set out to prove they belong among the best. As all 12 teams face off in Texas. Major two will be in Birmingham, United Kingdom. Yes, we're heading back to the UK. Hosted by Dreamland. Grab your passport. Call of Duty League is heading across the pond to the first ever 10-team major. UK fans always bring a match energy, and with limited slots available for Major 12, the quarter leads into this one will be some of the most competitive ever. Major 3 in Atlanta, Georgia. A long last year will return to Atlanta. The Southern Crown is known for passion, and this top promise an unforgettable weekend of CDL of COD. Major 3 will also host a pro where the four challenger team join the pros in the fight for the trophy. Major 4, we're heading to Paris, France. The rumors are true. CDL is heading to Paris. The last chance for teams to secure points before champs and fans from across the world will gather to see who can punch their ticket to Las Vegas. Yes, you heard me. Championship weekend will be in Las Vegas, Nevada, hosted by FaZe Vegas. The season comes to an end under the biased lights of Las Vegas. FaZe Vegas hosts 2026 CDL champ with Optic Tech to compete the first ever 3P or a new championship ride. One thing for sure, this will be the event of the year. Here is the roadmap. From January 29th to February 1st is Major 1, March 27th to March 29th, Major 2, May of 2026 is Major 3 to be determined when. Major 4 is from June 25th to June 28th. And the minor tournament, there are two minor tournaments. Minor tournaments are now being spread to Major 3, to Major 3 and Major 4, which are April 24th to 26th and June 5th to 7th. I have no idea why I say minor 1 or minor 2 when they're way off. And for the first time ever, CDL Challenger will be at all four events. Each major feature online qualifiers determines seeding from national major. There will be 5 weeks of qualifying for Major 1, 6 weeks for Major 2, 3 weeks for Major 3 and 4. The team will face a multiple team across each stage fighting for critical cup points or CDL points. For the first time ever, the CDL will return to a full round robin during the qualifier stage, where all 12 teams will face across each other. The 10 team advanced to Birmingham with the top 6 earning spot directly into the main bracket, and team seeded 7 to 10 will compete in paid in the match for the 2 spots. Yes, you heard. For the first time in CDL history, we are having everybody face a game ready. So everybody will play 11 games at the season. We'll have a 12 team standing where everybody plays 11 games. The bottom 2 teams are out. The 7 to 10 teams head to play in. And then, of course, top 6 will head into playoff meeting. 7 against 10, 8 against 9. Winners in, losers out. And the Major 2 is a 18 double elimination bracket. Yes, you remember we have an 18 double elimination bracket. Oh, and also yeah, okay. The Pro Am Classic returns for the first time since 2023 season, bringing together CDL and Challenger team for the one weekend cross-division competition. The top 2 Challenger team from Major 2 Open, the winner of the North American and Europe Elite Season 3, will qualify. For people wanting that stage is actually a 60-team GSL bracket where each team is split into 4 groups of 4 and they'll face a GSL bracket, and then another 8-team double elimination bracket, which I can bring it up once we get there and I can show you. And then there is, of course, 12-team single elimination minor tournament where it will take place, offering more points and, of course, goodness. And then finally, we move to game modes. Game modes are, of course, hard pointed in SD, but for the first time, we will say finally, or for many people, they will say finally goodbye to control and hello to the new game mode Overload. Basically, Overload is what's good mode? It's so hard to explain it, but just imagine there's a device in the middle, and you take the device to the other team point and score it. So it's a mix of control and some other modes. And Blitzspeed we're saying and a whole bunch of other game modes. You really gotta check it out. That's why two in. Man. Of course, cup points are of course there'll be TDL points people can earn. Challengers, there'll be challenges at every single event. Alright. And then it tells you schedule December 5th to 25th, the online qualifier, January 29th to February 3rd. The major, February 13th to March 22 is the online qualifiers. March 27th to March 29th is major in number 2. Major 3 schedule is April 17th to May 10th are the long qualifiers. April 14th to April 24th to April 26th is the online major. May will be the LAN event. May 29th to June 21st will be the online qualifier. June 5th to June 7th will be the online minor. And then June major will be 25th to 28th. And of course, 16th to 19th is championship. July 16th to 19th is championship weekend. And of course, by the way, all these schedules are going to change. But yeah, the World Champs begin now. Which that we head to predictions. But yeah, for people wondering Twitch, you can click Twitch and go straight to Call of Duty Esports. Alright. I heard something else about Alright. Predictions. Predictions. We have Rihanna versus Texas. I am of course again it's Texas. As usual, we didn't say former Texas versus Falcons. Whoever SF first is my prediction. Raven versus Boston. I'm giving this to Boston. I think Carolina will struggle, but we never know. And then our final matchup of the week, which is the marquee matchup, it's D versus Vegas FaZe. It's brutal. These are 1-0 against FaZe. This is they play each other in the Quezon Invitational. I think these get this, but I'm debating this one. I am sticking to my word. I think these beat FaZe. I think this game goes to game 5. Okay, Saturday. Saturday predictions are Koi versus Heretics, Rio versus his old Miami squad, and of course there is beef between Koi and Heretics due to a bunch of Twitter posters that I cannot show. I will give it to Who Get the Revenge. I'm gonna give it to Heretic. I think Heretics beat NFL Heretics wrong. HE. Oh, here. Heretics. Heretics versus Koi. That's what I think win that one. Surge versus Gentlemates. I think Gentlemates versus Surge, right? Yes. And then last matchup on Saturday is Minnesota versus C9. Damn, I think Minnesota gets this one, and I'm gonna type their full name is oh actually I'll spell Storm versus C9. Well, I cannot type the C9 New York. Okay, that's Saturday predictions. Now Sunday. Sunday we start with Real versus Thieves. Paris versus Vegas. Texas versus Rocker. I'm going with Thieves over Falcons. Vegas over Gentlemates. Well, ooh, that's also hard one to decide, man. And Texas over Rocker, or Texas over Minnesota. Minnesota. So some matches I have tricky with predicting are this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. But I think those matches might give me the most trouble due to it's hard to choose a team. I don't know how much team have practiced since some were ready to Saw major, some were not. I don't know. For now, that's all I have, you guys. This has been episode 30 of the Microwave Podcast in the Jose Broadcast Network. Thank you for watching. Always don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time for episode 31, which will be next week. So long, everybody.